Donald Trump was right. She used to be an Indian, now she black. This video is brought to you by PDS Debt, brought to you by PDS Debt. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm no different than any one of you guys online. I know how easy it is to get into debt, whether it's collections for medical bills, whether it's credit card debt, whether it's, you name it. We've all been in a position to get into debt. But I am here to help you, and PDS Debt can help you as well. Get yourself out of debt. PDS Debt provides a service to match you with debt solutions tailored to your financial situation. If you're making payments every single month and your debt and your balance, they're just not going down, PDS Debt has a solution for you. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there is no minimum credit score. So whether you have good credit or bad credit, you can be accepted. Save more while paying off your debt in a fraction of the time. And again, they have customized options for you, whether you're struggling with credit card debt, personal loan debt, collections, or medical bills. PDS Debt strives to understand your specific scenario and can help provide alternative solutions to help you become debt-free. PDS Debt offers free debt analysis. It only takes 30 seconds. Head over to pdsdebt.com/Tatum to get your free debt assessment today. So if you're like me and you want to remain out of debt, you want to get out of debt, you want to get yourself to a good position, because I wish I'd have known about this way back when I was in college, go to pdsdebt.com/Tatum. That's pdsdebt.com/Tatum. The link is in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump got on stage, and he getting roasted right now. Only by the ignorant people. Like, we get it. Saying that, first of all, Kamala Harris was an Indian. She went by and it was an Indian woman. She acted like an Indian woman, and all of a sudden she black now that it's convenient. And it's funny because people think he's crazy when he says stuff like that, but he's always almost 100% true or 100% right on it. Let's look at it, man. Don't believe me, man. Let me show you the evidence. I got a CNN clip where they did a whole segment about Kamala Harris being an Indian. A whole segment. Bro, let me say this before we start. Hold on. How is it that when you're biracial, my children are biracial, both of my boys, when you're biracial and you have a white side and a black side, why can't you just claim the white side? Just imagine this. If Barack Obama was white, right? He said, oh, it's my white side of the family. And they called him white. And he said, yeah, that's 50% of my family is white. Yeah, I'm white. Yeah, you're a white man. He accepted that. And then when he ran for president, he was somehow black. Nobody in America will accept that. They say you black. Well, then how can you do the Indian thing and then later on you become black? You can't be white and black, but you can be Indian and black. Let's roll this clip before I lose my salvation.
Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
Let's play it again so the people in the back. Listen.
Certainly, you could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
It's like saying she could be like if she was black and white. That's like saying you could become the first white female senator. Come on.
She was always of Indian heritage.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
She was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
Wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like the thing we're so excited about, to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian,
yes,
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay.
You look like the entire one half of my family. Show me a black person that's biracial that they call that person white, and then they say, yeah, you look like the whole one half of my family. They have never accepted.
Thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people we're related already, so this is perfect. It's basically true.
I hooked up with her on February 13th.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn, and she became a black person.
Just to be clear.
Donald Trump funny. She became a black person. This is Kamala Knee-Pad Harris right here. Kamala with the dot. Comma dot Harris. Kamala dot Harris. That's what we call her. She an Indian.
But let me show you the clip from CNN, because if you don't believe it, because we're right-wing extremists and conservatives always thinking all this stuff, and they always talking about, and they aren't racist. CNN did a whole story on her.
My mother, who raised me and my sister, was a proud woman. She was a brown woman. She was a woman with a heavy accent.
And her mother, Shamla Gopalan, was also the biggest influence in Kamala Harris's life.
The answer is absolutely yes, Joe.
After the big announcement, Harris's sister wrote in a Twitter post, "You can't know who Kamala Harris is without knowing who our mother was." In 1958, a precocious 19-year-old Indian, Gopalan traveled thousands of miles from her home and family to pursue a doctorate in nutrition and endocrinology in America. She soon became an active civil rights crusader while studying at UC Berkeley.
But once she went there, she almost felt free.
This her uncle. That man an Indian. That man is an Indian from India. But she black now, huh? That she black.
And she took part in politics. She used to bring a whole series of literature, leftist literature from Karl Popper's, he was a great philosopher.
In her book, Harris says, "There is no title or honor on earth I'll treasure more than to say I am Shamla Gopalan Harris's daughter." Harris's visits to India with her mother kept her connected to her roots. Her grandfather, who had strong views on humanitarian issues, worked closely with officials to reallocate refugees. Their conversations had a strong influence on her.
Those walks along the beach in India really planted something in my mind and created a commitment in me before I even realized it. That has led me to where I am today.
Harris's maternal uncle, Gopalan Balachandran, who lives in Delhi, tells us how the senator turns to her amma, which means mother in Tamil, for guidance even after her death.
Indian. She's the Indian girl there. This is my Jamaican accent there. Her father was Jamaican. I don't think he's Jamaican, though. I think he's Indian and Jamaican. She never said she was black or Jamaican there. Now she open up. I want to use the cuss word, but I will not. She's an Indian girl there.
I don't have to tell her, make your mother proud. She said, what are you telling me? Everything that I do, I ask myself, would Amma approve of this?
Kamala in Hindi means lotus flower and is an important symbol in Indian culture, rooted deep in the bottom of the river. Very similar to Harris's Indian identity, which she wears on her sleeve. There's no doubt that the primary source of learning for Senator Harris was from her mother's experiences and the conversations that she had with her maternal grandfather when she visited India, which was very often accompanying her mother, or when the grandparents would visit them in America.
All right, she's an Indian. Let's Nick, if you can bring up her kids. I want y'all to see a picture of her husband and her kids. I don't know how black people get hoodwinked by this stuff every single year. It's crazy to me. Barack Obama was half white, half black. They can never find an actual African, a person that's a descendant from Africa, that only have black people in their lineage, that married a black person and all of the above. They can't find that person, so they hoodwink you into believing some random person they want to be a black today is black. It's crazy. You'll never see mixed people like that. They've been white, like for instance, Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick was raised by white people. His black parents, whoever they were, they didn't want nothing to do with him. Or whatever the circumstance was. He was adopted at birth, raised by a number of white people. Why didn't they call him white? His white heritage. See, I told y'all. But somehow you can be everything else your whole life, and then when it's convenient for the people of the melanin, somehow you black. Let me get up off here. Comment in the comment section. I'm out.